What's up, everyone? I'm here in my MLB Beat the Streak picks for April 6th. Let's go ahead and get right to it. The first guy that I want to talk about is Miguel Cabrera. So I'm carrying this pick over because the game today where he's facing James Shields and the Chicago White Sox is rained out. So it's been postponed to tomorrow, and the starter has not been changed. So James Shields still will be the guy on the hill for the White Sox. Therefore, everything pretty much stays the same as far as the numbers that I was stating yesterday. He's like 24 for 64 against James Shields. He's batting over like 375-ish, I think it is, like 3 or 4 home runs. So, all those numbers that I talked about yesterday are still carrying over. It's kind of a cop-out, but, it's the same exact matchup. I felt good about it today. Unfortunately, it was rained out, so hopefully they can get that game in tomorrow. The next guy I want to talk about is also a player that I've already picked at least once this season. That's going to be Nolan Arenado. So he's facing Chase Anderson. You can see he's 8 for 23 against him. And we've already talked about this earlier in the season as well, if you've seen all the videos so far, where he hit so well in Miller Park last season. He batted 500 over a 1,000 slugging in Miller Park, I believe it is, and a massive 1.6 2-1 OPS. So the dude loves hitting in this park. He doesn't mind hitting on the road either. His road numbers aren't that bad either. So as a whole, I think Nolan Arenado is a pretty safe play, at least on April 6th. And pretty much any given night, Arenado's not a bad play, but I think this is even more favorable matchup than usual for Mr. Arenado. All right, so for my sleeper, I'm taking a look here at Joe Mauer. You can see he's 3 for 8 against Jason Hamill, and I'm not really going to ramble off a ton of stats at you because there's not that many great stats. I mean, Mauer is, he's turned into he's an above average major leaguer, but he's not, a superstar like we saw, so many years ago out of him. But, early in the season, I like what I see out of Joe Mauer. I mean, a lot of it was just the eye test. I liked what I saw today. He's playing okay. So, I mean, he's just a guy who gets the bat on the ball and has a high percentage of getting a base hit any given night because he's such a patient hitter and waits for his pitch. I believe the stat I saw today was Mauer takes about over 60% of pitches he sees, which is by far the most in the major leagues. You can see he's 3 for 8 in the last 5 years against Hamill, but in his entire career he's actually 5 for 14. So with a couple of doubles and a home run. So, it's not a sexy pick by any means, but just, Mauer moving forward, if he can get back to, where he's going to be batting in the high 300s, and, he's never going to be that power hitter that we saw that one magical season he had, but, if Mauer can get back to his high average ways, then he may turn into a pretty good guy to look at, on any given night and beat the streak. So right now he's still going to be a sleeper because we don't really know what to expect out of him. But, like I said, if you want to be a little bit oddball but still be somewhat safe, I think Mauer is definitely an intriguing pick. I already mentioned earlier in the video that Miguel Cabrera's game was rained out, so obviously he's not going to be continuing the streak here. We still have a chance with Paul Goldschmidt, though, to bump the streak up to 7 because Robinson Cano and Mike Trout were able to come through for us. I believe Trout hit an RBI triple last night against the Athletics late in that game, and Cano, I believe, hit a double against the Astros last night. Don't quote me on that, but obviously both of them were able to get base knocks. It sucks that Miguel Cabrera's game got rained out, but that's all right. Now we can just move him down to the 6th. April 6th here, and hopefully, if Paul Goldschmidt comes through, hopefully Cabrera and Arenado can come through for us as well and bump that streak up to 9. I would love to go the first week of the season with my streak still intact. That'd be pretty cool. Go ahead and let me know down below what your streak is right now and who are some of the guys that you're looking at day in and day out. And hopefully you guys are enjoying these videos. I know this one was a pretty quick one because I didn't have, the initial player to talk about as much because Miguel is, obviously, being carried over because I think it's still a pretty good pick. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and be sure to subscribe to see more of this content. There will be some daily fantasy content coming soon. I tried to get it done in time today for a DFS video, but it just wasn't quite able to materialize the way that I wanted it to, so I apologize for that. But hopefully we can get some DFS videos along with these Beat the Streak videos moving forward. Anyway, once again, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.